What's up, butterflies? This is the Awakened Butterfly back with another video. If this is your first time coming across my channel, make sure you stay for the entire video. If you like the content, don't hesitate to like and subscribe to my channel. How is everyone going? Welcome and welcome back. I hope everyone's taking care of themselves mentally, physically, and spiritually. I love you guys so much, and I feel very honored to be able to present this video to you guys today. As you can see by the title, I have another gang stalking video for you guys, and in today's video we will be discussing gang stalking and shape-shifting. And shape-shifting is the superhuman ability to transform from a human to another human form, or from a human form to an animal form. And I know a lot of you guys have probably seen this a lot, especially in horror movies. You see a lot of, well, especially in movies, but especially in horror movies, where you see maybe someone would turn from a human form to some type of creature or something like that, or as with the movie Twilight, where they transform from a human form to a werewolf, or from a human form to a vampire. You guys get it. Spiritual energy cannot be diminished, guys. It can only be transferred. So with that being said, it is very possible for us to pick up on different energies, on this earth. It's very, very possible. That's why it's also very important to keep our energy clean and our space clean, so we won't attract, unwanted energies. And as with gang stalking, once a person becomes conditioned and brainwashed to become a gang stalker, their body is now an open portal for whatever energies that their crime group has labeled for them, and in accordingly to what they're supposed to be doing, whatever type of mission they're supposed to be carrying out. Okay, their bodies are pretty much open portals for demonic energy. And gang stalking, in an essence, can be executed by ancestors, living and transitioned, and other crime group members, demons, other entities, clones, and other synthetic spirits. So once a person is conditioned and brainwashed, their body is now open portals for all of those energies and spirits. These entities are all used in accordingly, depending on the individual, their situation, strengths, weaknesses, and fears. So let's say whatever targeted individual that the gang stalker is sent out to deal with, their body will be used as a portal to whatever demonic energy that their crime group feels is best to use in the situation dealing with this person, based on what they're afraid of, their fears, because that's what demons feed off of the most, is fear. That's their biggest thing. They grow bigger with fear, and the less afraid, the smaller they get, and then they just diminish and go away. But they cannot feed off of anything except for fear and weakness. And as I said before, the gang stalker comes in and they do evaluate you, and they do test out your strengths and weaknesses. And this also lets their crime group leader know which type of demonic energy to possess through their body, to execute through their body. And all of the challenges in the target's life is what they would use against them with the gang stalking entities. And in human form, fear is the main source. Fear is the main tactic that they use. And when they're harassing and bullying and attacking targets, that fear is the main tactic that they use. And they use these demonic energies to carry out those tactics. As with the ancestral shape-shifting, this is where the gang stalker will recite something. They will make facial expressions. They will even act out the same personality as one of your ancestors, living or transitioned. And this is how you know that someone in your family could possibly be a part of this crime group. Their ability to shapeshift into your ancestors is due to the fact that someone in your family was or is a part of a certain crime group. And since demonic energy cannot be diminished, it can only be transferred. That's how this tactic is able to be taking place. Ancestral bloodlines are used in this situation because it is a great way for them to gain so much vital information about the target. Because who knows more about the targeted individual than their family? Who knows more about, you than your family? So this is what they use. And, within the conditioning process, the brain is invaded. So everything, and through certain technology, questions can be asked and the brain can respond. So questions can be asked about certain family members to these members of the group, and it can automatically be answered through certain type of equipment. So they use this as a big advantage. The ancestral shape-shifting is one of the biggest informative tactics for them, and one of the biggest fear tactics that they use against the target. Because if the Gangstalker is coming in as someone that you met as a stranger, they have no connection to you or your family, and they begin to imitate someone that you are related to, especially someone that has transitioned, that's where the fear really kicks in, because it makes you wonder, how did they, where did they get this personality from it's matching someone that is very dear to you. It's also really kind of eerie when it's someone that's alive as well, because that's when you think about demonic energies, people being connected through certain groups, and certain rituals being done. And it just, if you're aware of it, it does take your mind to another place when you're dealing with this. Friends, family members, other group members, co-workers, they can display these actions, and they can recite certain quotes from your family members, alive or transition. Because if these family members were part of this group, the leader of the group has control over these people's energy, and they're able to do this. So you would be surprised if someone that you work with just automatically say something about one of your family members that is no longer with you, and they're saying things that only that person would say, or doing things that only that person would do. They will have these people saying things. It will be pertaining to a situation that caused you fear and pain in your life. Anything that they will have the gang stalkers reciting to you, it will be something from your ancestors that caused you great pain or fear. And this is to keep you on the edge. This is to implant fear in you, to raise paranoia. This is to make you also question your sanity. And they will also use ancestral entities to manipulate you. Like, let's say, for instance, if one of your family members that you're very close to, living or transition, and it's someone that, let's say, for instance, they told you something that was very important to your life. It meant a lot to you, and you carried it with you as a guide. And one of these people recited that quote to you. It could really make you gain some type of trust with this person unknowingly. because they said something that came from a person that was very dear to you or is very dear to you. If a family member, if it's a family member they're close to, they will be used to anchor and relay false information. I'm sorry, guys. Anchoring is when someone plants something to raise your fear and paranoia, and then they come around and tell you that they give you a false reason why these things are happening to implant fear into your heart, when really they are the ones that's doing it. And they may blame it on another crime group, but they're really a part of another crime group, and they're anchoring you with certain objects. It can be an ink pen, a soda can. They will use it to anchor you. Everywhere you go, you may see someone holding that same object, and they're giving you an evil look. I'm going to do a video on that, guys. I'm not going to go too far into that, but I'm going to do, because I'm going to do a video on that very soon. So the family members are able to anchor you because they're close to you. They may be in your household with you, may come to visit you. You may come to visit them. They're just close to you, so it gives them a great opportunity to implant certain objects and to implant fear into you as to why they keep popping up. Let's see. Okay, so I'm about to discuss some different types of demons that Gangstalkers can embody after they've been brainwashed and conditioned. These are different types of entities that are conjured through different crime groups in order to carry out different missions on targeted individuals. Okay, I'm going to read you the name of them. If I don't pronounce them right, guys, I apologize, but some of them have like funny names, so I'm gonna pronounce them the best of my ability, so bear with me, okay? All right, so the first one I'm gonna get into is the cow, and this entity, this demonic entity, has a slimy body. And the reason why the body is slimy, because it allows it to slide through cracks and crevices. As we all know, you cannot see, well, I have seen demonic energies, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot of you that are gifted to see these energies. But for the most part, we, on a regular basis, we cannot always see these energies. And this certain type of energy has a slimy body and is able to slide through cracks and crevices, walls, doors, floors, etc. And it seeks people with a guilty conscience, scaring them by flashing them with a toothless grin. Now, if you really think, guys, especially all of you guys, I'm pretty sure everyone watching this video has been gang stalked. How many times have you been out in public and you've seen something has told you to turn around, or they just come within your distance and they're giving you a funny type of look, a demonic grin, a demonic smirk? Well, it's possible that that gang stalker, because they were a gang stalker and they were possessed with this type of demonic energy, with the cow demon. It's very possible, because of the characteristics that these demonic energies share. You can match it with how a lot of people act on earth, in the physical world. Okay, so being that this entity can be transferred through spirit, the gang stalker can carry this spirit. And this would explain, like I said, when targeted individuals often describe being paranoid when they go somewhere, when they're seeing certain people look at them with a demonic smirk, like flashing them a sly grin. Now, when I asked with anchoring, that's also a part of the anchoring situation. And I'm going to get into that too, because that's also a gang stalking tactic. That's another video for another time, but I just had to throw that in there. Demons are used through gang stalkers to implant the fear tactic. Period. They are. You can see it in someone's eyes if they possess a demonic energy. You can tell if they're just blurting way off subject. They're being very, very negative, but they're way off of the subject of what's actually going on. They took it to another level. It's like they can't control themselves. And that brings me to talk about the next demonic energy, and this is the modus operandi. And it's used before day to cast spells on the Zoroastrians, which is a religious that's practiced in Persia. And this demonic energy was used to make them oversleep so they couldn't get up in the morning and do their morning prayers. Now, as in with the physical world, as in today's time, this energy is executed through gang stalkers in order to cause targeted individuals to slow procrastinate on important tasks that they're supposed to be completing for that day, working on their goals, working on anything important, their everyday routines and responsibilities, to slow them down, to keep them from moving forward in life. That's what this demonic energy is used for. And let's say, for instance, you can, guys, I've been in situations where I can tell when someone was purposely trying to hold me back, when someone was purposely trying to make me late for work, where someone was purposely trying to make me lose my job, where someone was purposely trying to keep me from completing my studies in college. I've actually witnessed this, and there is a demonic energy inside of this person that's making them do this. So it is the modus operandi. And also, guys, I could be wrong. I'm going to do more. I don't want to say it. I don't want to say what I was going to say because I haven't researched it enough to say it. So I'll let you guys know more. But I'm going to do another video on more demonic energies and what they cause in the physical world. Okay. So if you're dealing with someone and you feel like they're trying to knock you off track, don't let them. If you know that there's something important that you're supposed to be doing, and there's someone constantly trying to, oh, come on, it'll be okay, you'll have enough time to do this, and you know you have to be to work in an hour, and someone's trying to get you to go and hang out, don't do it, guys. I don't care if it's 2 hours, 3 hours. Save that for an off day. When it's time to handle business, it's time to handle business, and you don't need any distractions knocking you off of your goals and responsibilities. So, I just want everyone to know that when these things happen, there is actually an energy behind it. Energy does exist. Energy is real, and all energy is not demonic energy. There's all different types of energy, but just to let you guys know, energy does exist. It's not diminished. It's only transferred, whether it's good or bad. So it is very important to know that once we release negative energy, it doesn't diminish. It just goes somewhere else. So whoever is in that type of state and they're at a low vibration, that's who it's going to connect to. So that's why it's always good to try to keep our vibrations lifted as much as possible and try to always diminish ourselves of negative energy. Alright, so we're going to get into the next demonic energy, and this is the sakuyant demon. And guys, I hope I said that right. Sakuyant demon. Okay. This demonic energy is actually a ball of fire. But in the daytime, it wears the skin of an elderly woman during the day. This is this entity's disguise. It sends its victims into a deep sleep, and once the person is asleep, it draws blood from them. and it takes the blood and it shares it with other demonic energies, with other demons. This will leave you waking up with black and blue bruises. Now, I've experienced this. I have a couple of family members that have experienced this. Well, I know for sure I have a family member that has talked to me about this personally. And I've heard a couple of you guys say in the comment section, I've seen in one of my videos, and even other videos on social media, where people have waken up from their sleep with bruises, scratches, and marks on them like they've been attacked in their sleep. Or guys, this demonic energy, the sakuyant energy, is very much possible for that. And what it's doing is taking your blood and sharing it with other demons, because in order for it to come to you, it's probably catching you at a fearful state. Fear can also arise from stress and anxiety, and it comes in and it does that. Okay. Also, okay, abusive gang stalkers like the narc, which is, all gang stalkers are abusive, but the narc is, yeah, they can execute this demonic energy the most and to siphon blood for other demonic energies to feed off of. You could be laying next to someone that possess this type of energy, and once their body is at rest, that energy can, become more executed, and it can attack you, and you could wake up with unexplained marks and bruises. Even if you're not involved with anyone, it will most definitely still happen. I'm sorry. Siphoning blood allows the gang stalkers to keep a demonic soul tied to the target. It has your DNA. It's able to get everything that it needs. It's like nutrients for the gang stalker. I know that sounds sick, but it's like nutrients for them. This type of demonic energy that siphons the blood and passes it on to other demonic energies. These demonic energies are now allowed to execute through the gang stalker once they become conditioned and brainwashed. Now, with that being said, this would explain everything. This would explain the ancestral soul tie, all other soul ties, everything. It would just explain everything. It will most definitely let you know that our body is just a portal for energy, to transfer in. All right, so now I would like to talk about the different instincts that provoke shape shifting. Okay, for breeding purposes, change, and consumption. Now, the breeding purposes is where the siphoning comes in from the sakuyant energy, demonic energy, and even through sex demons. And you know what, guys? You know what? Okay. Now, before I get into what I was about to say, I knew it was something very important that I meant to discuss with you guys. And this is a demonic energy that I'm pretty sure a lot of you are familiar with. This is one of the most common, and that is the Incubus demonic energy, and it is a shape-shifting demon. This demonic energy is actually the shapeshifter of the group, okay? And it can shapeshift from the gender, from male to female. And once it shapeshifts from a male form, which is the incubus, into the female form, that it's the succubus. The incubus demon is a male form that invades the body the woman's body while they're sleeping, in order to have erotic dreams with them, and it will harvest male semen in order to implant into the corresponding spirit, which is the succubus spirit. Now, put all of this into physical form, guys, and think about it. Now, the whole purpose of this is to produce a demonic offspring called Incambian. And the Cambians are the offsprings of the Incubus and the succubus. Now, this is the ability to procreate demonic energy, demonic offspring, into human form with the superhuman ability to shapeshift. Now, think about it in physical form, guys. If you have someone that possesses the incubus spirit, and they procreate with a human being that possesses the succubus spirit, and they have an offspring, it would be a cambion. So it would actually be demonic forces with the ability to shapeshift into humans and procreate in the physical world. So sometimes when you wonder why people act a certain way, you're like, where did this come from? It could be that they possess a demonic energy. There are demonic physical families on earth, believe it or not. And it's not to judge anyone, because we all have that in our families, of course, but you know what I mean, guys. All right, now, they're able to procreate, they're provoked through 3 instincts, and that is breeding, change, and consumption. The breeding, changing, and consumption helps them with genetic memory, voices, clothing, and visage. And this is when they possess different energies in order to torment, harass, and implant fear into the targeted individual. By imitating someone that they know, by imitating them without even knowing them. And even when knowing them, they can imitate an ancestor, alive or transitioned. The genetic memory is ordered to store everything they need to know about the targeted individual. The visage is to help them know where to seek the target. The voices is to help them recite quotes and to store information. And the clothing can help them when they're trying to execute the anchoring tactic, and when they use clothing as well, guys. I'm going to do a video on that. And also clothing to, let's say for instance, it's something that you have on, the mimicking tactic. You're wondering how they know what you're wearing, and when you walk outside or go somewhere they haven't seen you, that's why. These shape-shifting abilities is what help them perform these actions. They mainly assume and desire the form of the human body than animals, because they can shapeshift into animals as well. But they can carry out more missions adequately in human form. They can be recognized by revealing reptilian type characteristics, type features. You may look at them and their eyes could turn a certain color. You may even see their face change. And they can also biologically change by consuming blood of a human. So this is what helps these people function. They're feeding off of humans like vampires. And if a lot of people don't wake up and learn that certain people that's in your life, doesn't matter what body they're in and the position that they play, that may not be who they really are, and that may not be the mission that they have into your life. Meaning they may not come in may not be coming in to be that loving, caring family member or that loving, caring friend or partner. They may be coming in for a whole nother reason, and you have to know who you're dealing with in order to protect yourself. Crime groups use gangstalkers to execute shape-shifting because shapeshifters have the ability to infiltrate society in disguise. Like unknown, like they can cause damage to several victims in the community without anyone knowing. Because they can possess low vibrational bodies, which are usually the conditioned gangstalkers, and they can also possess bodies that are not conditioned by them. If they're vibrating low, they could use their body as a portal as well. Ephesians chapter 6 verse 12 says, "For our struggle is not with the flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the cosmic powers of this darkness, against evil spiritual forces in the heavens." And this verse that I just read to you guys is referring to the spiritual battle that all targets and or believers of the Most High Creator experience. This is what we all go through. This is speaking of the spiritual battle that we are now experiencing. And they are using gangstalkers to carry this out. Romans chapter 13 verse 10 also says, "Love does no harm to a neighbor." And gangstalkers, with the help of other demonic entities, they implant apprehension, fear, doubt, and confusion. I mean, this could be, when it's gangstalking, it could be the neighbors, it could be community workers, it could be someone working at the gas station down the street, the community librarian, the police station. It could be anyone. It could be anyone. Not to place it on one. It can be a lot of people involved in this. And I just want you guys to know that it's not the people. It's not them, their real selves. Their body has been conditioned to carry out certain missions for someone over them. So here's some ways that you guys can cleanse your home or cleanse yourselves of any type of demonic energies. And that is to, of course, clean, vacuum, sweep. Or when you do vacuum and sweep your home, do it from the back to the front. Move any furniture around. Declutter your home. Dust, sage. There's nothing wrong or demonic with sage. And any protection prayers. They don't have to be any type of special prayers. They can be your own prayer. Cut any negative ties. Rid of any possessions that are connected to the person that you disconnect with. If there's anyone that carries any type of demonic energy in your life and you're aware of it, rid of it, and rid of anything that any material possessions that came along with that person. It's just, cleansing everything, because soul ties are also connected to material possessions as well. I hope that this video helps someone, guys, and I just like to spread awareness. I know that a lot of people don't flock to these type of channels because they feel that it's not entertaining. And to be honest, my videos are not here to entertain. They're here to inform and to spread awareness. And I really hope that my videos help someone, because, I wish someone would have helped me when I was going through all this stuff. I found out the hard way, but I see why. It was the Most High Creator's plan in order to build me strong, so I can help others. So I really, really appreciate my journey. I don't regret anything, and I don't want you guys to regret anything, because whatever you're going through is to build you to the strong, beautiful people that you are today. And I really appreciate you guys so much. All 562 of you guys, we're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. I'm very excited. Let's get there, guys. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Hit that thumbs up. Please share this video, guys, if you don't care. I love you guys so much. Continue to take care of yourselves mentally, physically, and spiritually. And until the next video, guys, peace and love.